Well, our challenge is very like the challenges you're facing here in Dublin. It is about creating large numbers of affordable units, and the market as it stands at the moment is not producing the numbers that we want. So we've got to find other ways of delivering. And one of those ways will be direct commissioning, or we call it accelerated commissioning. It's about us going in and underwriting developments so that we can bring forward large numbers quicker. It's about us putting more money into infrastructure, and it's finally about us putting more money into small and medium-sized developers and builders, because that's the greatest problem we face in the UK, and I suspect it may be the case here, that after 2008 so many of the small guys went out of business that we've lost a whole section of the market, and we need these guys back. Basically, we want as many people building as it's possible to get. Well, it's about using government money in the form of guarantees. It's about using government money in the form of loans, loans that of course can be a little bit softer than that which are being given by the banks. And of course, because we will come in, so the banks will also come in. So it's about prizing that money out. It's about getting hold of land which perhaps has been stopped from development for many, many years. A lot of it publicly owned, maybe contaminated, lack of transport, that kind of thing. It's those bits that we need to get. And if we can get that land moving, and we can use the money wisely, and we can get more players, lots of ifs in all this, we start to get some numbers. Cities like Dublin are facing the same kind of problem that cities like London or Manchester are facing, and that is about creating enough affordable units that the average person can buy or rent, and we need them in quantity. I don't know enough about the market here, but I do know in the UK we're building roughly half the number of units that we need. And if we continue to build half the number, then the prices will continue to become more and more outrageous and more difficult for the average person to obtain. It's really interesting. What is the future going to look like? Well, within city centres, it's about densification, it's about height, it's about massing, because we can use space far more wisely. And of course, it's much more efficient, and it's where people want to live, and they become economically much more active. So powerful reasons to do that. But it isn't just about the cities, because we've got problems in the rural areas as well. We have areas where people cannot get a home. So it's what do we do there? And this then brings us to the affordability piece. We know that 70% of people, certainly in the UK, and I suspect it's similar numbers here, want to own their own home. So that's their aspiration, but they can't. They haven't got the capital. So this is going to be all about schemes which are part buy, part rent, schemes where you possibly rent and then buy, schemes whereby they may be just pure rent, or it may be market rents that are coming through. There'll be a mixture of things, but they will all require some kind of intervention to try and make them viable.